All right, we're going to go through Brisk Wins, and we're going to go through some of the challenges and some of the things that you can work on to help you master it faster. So starting with the first page, you have a lot of wonderful opportunities for arpeggios in the left hand. And they're octave arpeggios. So the first thing you want to do that I put in your notes is you want to place your arm in the octave. Now look carefully at my thumb here. It is not like this. That's a twist. We don't want that. We want to feel like thumbs on the edge and the whole hand is playing the octave, and my two just kind of falls there. Now the other good reason for this position is, it doesn't mean you're always in this position when you play an octave, but is you have this crossover. And when I cross over, I want my arm and wrist and everybody to be in one piece. I don't want to be trying to cross over and twist. So it's roll over, let these fingers drop, come out a little bit. So the whole thing looks like this: left, right, right, left. Or roll, steps, roll over. Okay? You're going to do the same thing here, and you're going to get your arm in both those two positions, the A kind of chord with the octave, and then the 5. So this is a little easier because you're just going, so you got roll, roll. It's all rolls from the arm. So I know you can't see, but this is what my arm's doing, literally. Okay, so that's looks like this when you're done. This here, I want to make sure you understand, it's not just that it's a roll, but my arm is moving towards the right and out a little bit. My second finger feels like it's going to the left, not the right. It's not this. Okay, it's roll to the right, play to the left with all 4 fingers. Okay, so that kind of takes care of that whole first section. Now keeping up with the left hand and when it goes into E major. This is a very challenging leap. So you've got the 5 and going all the way to the treble clef. If you don't make that staccato, it's going to be really hard to get there in time. So get there early. Practice this. So you're going to practice that. And then see how I freeze on it? Now you won't hear that in the, you see? The other thing you have to make sure is you make the last note in that measure staccato. So it's not just this one. Coming out, I very actively play that note. Okay? So the whole thing looks like this. Here comes that staccato. Practice the note before the leap. Here comes that. Now getting yourself in this position is what you want to do from that C sharp. And here you just have a little over and over. Now that last A becomes another note of a leap. Here's your leap. So you want to play strongly with your arm here and let go like you're on a trampoline. Okay, so that's how you practice that section in the left hand. Okay, measure 17 gets quite challenging in the left hand again. Each one of those intervals and chords has 3 beats, but you've got to let go on 2 and move on 3. So here we are on 1, 2, I'm already in place. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, oh sorry, that's a natural 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I allow my arm to get in place so that I can give it a really nice down. Here comes the down. Notice my hand position. My thumb is on the edge. These fingers are inside the key. Give it a little pump. And then pump. And then pump. Okay, so that's how you practice the left hand there. And then it just comes together beautifully in speed. Okay, good. And then 20. The rest is pretty, much the same as what you had in the beginning. You have the ending, the little coda ending in the left hand at measure 41, 42, 43. You have these 16th notes. I'm going to play them an octave higher so you can see. You have this one here, another blocked kind of octave situation. When you play it down here, it's going to look a little bit more like that. I know you can't see my pinky, but my pinky is on the edge of the key. Can you see it now? Sort of, right? Okay, so it's not going to be this, okay? It's going to be a little more tilted towards the pinky. And then you're going to block the next one. And you're going to block the next one without twisting, okay? Making sure your hand is really feeling like, almost like a ping pong paddle, okay? And that your arm feels squarely behind it, okay? And then do the same thing here. Keep that thumb on the edge. That's going to be your key thing here to not twist, okay? And then here you're going to play, let go at the end, and you're going to really kind of feel like you're coming down in towards the thumb, and then make it staccato. And then, of course, you have your ending. All right, let's look at the right hand, some of the challenges of the right hand. This part at the very beginning, this sort of turn. Let's move the camera over a little so you can see. Okay, this you've been working on a lot already. It's this octave leap. Start in the position of the octave, okay? And just get there. Feel what that is like in your hand. Then give yourself a little roll. These fingers are all together. Send yourself over. The left is the most important motion. You should feel connected. Let your fingers go with you, especially your thumb. This is an interesting fingering. I don't love it, but it works. Come, step up and down, settle on that thumb. Let your arm come over here. It's going to be kind of more at an angle. Not this. You see how that's a twist? Okay. You got a little shape coming up and down. Go across with the arm. Up and settle. The biggest challenge of the right hand is when it goes into E major, and you have the rotations. Notice how when I'm using finger form, I have small hands, so you could use 3 if you have a larger hand. It feels too large for my hand, so this is tilted, 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 tilted. It's like you're tipping over on the keys with your fingers. You're not doing this. That's all finger. This is arm and finger. Okay? Practice those. And also, more importantly, get your octave placement with your arm. Thumb is very, very light on the key. It's barely playing because we want to hear this beautiful melody. Okay? Let's work on your rotation there. Right hand at measure 17. You're going to have some positions there with the keys that you really got to watch. Okay, so the left hand's playing in treble clef, and then you really do have to move here because right hand's taking over here too. Okay, so you have to practice that. As soon as I play that G, I'm in the next place. The next place you really got to practice moving in the right hand is measure 23. I'm taking these notes here and I'm blocking them. I want to feel how that is in my arm. I want to feel square. My arm feels square behind those notes. And I do not play my thumb inside. That's a twist. And I just make sure I pump, release, move. Pump, release, move. I'm releasing towards the keyboard. Okay? The second part's the same, and the rotation's all the same there. And you have that ending there where you're going to really need to block that right hand again. So it's playing low F sharp below the treble clef. So, sorry, that's a D sharp. So you're going to really have to block that. Look how inside I am here with the keys. And I'm going to block it again here. Make sure my arm is squarely behind those notes. Make sure my arm is squarely behind those notes. Now here I'm going to be a little bit more, you can't see, but my thumb is a little more inside, okay? All right, enjoy working on it.